Okay.
Okay.
حاضر.
Okay. So let's start with problem 3. We have the function fx equal minus 2x squared plus 3x plus 3 over x minus 1. The domain is given by 1 plus infinity. Part 1. Determine the limit as x tends to 1 plus. Yes, George.
سوزاني متصور
شو بها سوزان؟
meeting room.
Limit as x tends to limit as x tends to 1 plus of fx. We replace x by 1. We get 4 over 0. هون لازم نقول indicate 4 over 0 plus, since it is 1 plus 1 plus minus 1 is 0 plus, which is plus infinity. So x approaches 1, y approaches plus infinity. We have x equal 1 is a vertical asymptote. So x equal 1 is a vertical asymptote. Any questions about this one?
No.
About the vertical asymptote? Now we are going to calculate the limit as x tends to plus infinity. Don't forget that limit at infinity equal limit of the highest power of the numerator over highest power of the denominator. So minus 2x squared over x, we simplify, minus 2x equals minus infinity. Now also عم بقول show that and prove that the line y equal minus 2x plus 1 is an oblique asymptote. How to prove oblique asymptote?
fx minus yd.
So I find fx minus yd. هذا ال fx minus yd. We take the LCM which is x minus 1. هيدا بتضل أول واحد the same. Minus x minus 1 into minus 2x plus 1. هيدا remains the same. ننتبه وقت نعمل expand نخلي الماينس هون and we open the brackets. Minus 2x squared, x times 1 is x. Minus 1 times minus 2x is plus 2x. And minus 1. We remove the brackets. في minus sign, we change the signs. We get 4 over x minus 1. fx minus yd. So limit as x tends to plus infinity fx minus yd equal limit 4 over x minus 1 equals 4 over infinity, which is 0. Then the line D of equation y equal minus 2x plus 1 is an oblique asymptote to C at plus infinity. Any questions about the oblique asymptote?
No.
طيب, a question here. If we are going to know the position between the curve and the oblique asymptote, who can tell me about the position between the curve and the oblique asymptote?
شو أستاذ؟
How to know the position between the curve and the oblique asymptote?
بس
حتى بالكالكوليتر إذا بتطلع minus it is above below. إذا بتطلع plus
مين إذا
above.
بيطلع plus ومين إذا بيطلع minus?
f prime x is 2x plus 1.
No, we take the sign of fx minus yd. هيدا. Okay, fx minus yd will tell us about the position between the curve and the oblique asymptote. نحن we have the domain who 1 plus infinity. 1 plus infinity. What is the sign of 4 over x minus 1 in this interval?
Minus.
Is x من 1 لل plus infinity. Give me a number between 1 and plus infinity.
2.
2.
إذا حطينا مع حال ال x2 هون 4 over شو بيصير؟ هيدا هون. إذا حطينا مع حال ال x2 بيصير 4 over 1. What is its sign? Positive.
Positive.
معناتها C is above D. Over this interval, the curve C is above the oblique asymptote. So the position is determined by the sign of fx minus yd. If fx minus yd positive, we say C is above D. If fx minus yd is negative, C is below D. Now we are going to calculate f prime x. كيف الفورم of fx? u over v.
U
Then
prime
f
V minus V prime U over V squared.
u is minus x squared plus, what is u prime? Minus 4x plus 3. V equal x minus 1. V prime is 1. U prime v minus v prime u over v squared. This is u prime v minus v prime, which is 1 times u. Mean j message. We expand minus 4x squared plus 4x. We get finally minus 2x squared plus 4x minus 6 over x minus 1 squared. How to know the sign of this derivative? How to make the table
Equals
of
0.
We take it equal to 0. Minus 2x squared plus 4x minus 6 equals 0. We take only the numerator. We find delta, b squared minus 4ac. B is 4 squared, b squared. Minus 4a is minus 2, c is minus 6. We get minus 32, which is negative. Delta negative. Will a negative, will a equal minus 2 negative? Then f prime x less than 0 for every x belongs to the domain of definition. Then هو عم يقول show that f is strictly decreasing, and this is the table of variation. In this table of variation, I put the domain 1 plus infinity. It is always negative, then it is always decreasing. Any questions?
No.
No.
Part 4, draw D and C. D is the oblique asymptote. To draw with the oblique asymptote, we take 2 points. It's an x0, y1. It's an x0, y1, this point. Is an x1, y equal minus 1. Is an x1, y equal minus 1. Header point home. And we draw the oblique asymptote. The curve, once again, you can take particular points using your calculator, but the curve is decreasing from 1 plus infinity here till minus infinity. So it is decreasing, and it becomes near the oblique asymptote here in this part. Part 5, not required for this year, is a shift to part 5. Prove that f admits an inverse function. It is not required for you for this year. Now we go to the part of economic part. Here, fx, the given fx is the demand, is given by fx. X is the price in hundreds of Lebanese lira. Supply is in thousands of units. Is given by this relation. Gx equal to x plus 5. So pay attention for the units. For the unit of the price and for the unit of the demand. What is the unit for price here?
Hundreds
Yes,
of Lebanese lira.
unit of price هو hundreds of Lebanese lira. And the unit of the supply is thousands of units. Let hx equal fx minus. Please بالبوك في some books فيها غلط. هذا بتكون minus 8x squared. عندكم بالبوك حاطينها 8x cube. You have to correct it. هذا minus 8x squared. بالبوك محطوطة 8x cube. You have to correct it.
Okay.
hx equal fx minus gx. This is fx. This is gx. So we have to take the LCM. The LCM is the product of x minus 1 by 3. 3 into x minus 1 by 3. هذا في x minus 1 هون وهون 3. So the LCM is 3 و x minus 1. This 3 is multiplied. هذا 3. We multiply it by this numerator. And this x minus 1 is multiplied by 2x plus 5. We expand minus 6x squared plus 9x plus 9. We expand once again minus 2x squared plus 5x minus 2x minus 5. But you have to pay attention this minus sign, and we keep the brackets. Then we remove the brackets. It's minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 2x plus 5 over 3x minus 3, and it will be equal finally this one. So you don't forget to correct it. Now prove the equation. Prove that the equation hx equals 0 has one root. How to solve hx equal to 0? We take which one?
منحط minus 8x squared plus 6x plus 14 equals 0.
إيه على الكالكوليتر بنحله هيدا. We solve it using the calculator. بيطلع x equal minus 1, which is rejected. Why it is rejected? How to know if it is rejected or accepted?
Not belong to 1.6 and 1.8.
إنه الx قلنا هو بين 1.6 وال 1.8. So minus 1 does not belongs. The x should belongs to 1.6, 1.8. The second value is 1.75. So we have a unique solution, x equal 1.75. So you have always to pay attention, x belongs to which interval. Okay? Any question?
No.
طيب هلا هون بهمنا give an economical interpretation of the solution. What is the economical interpretation? Who can give the economical interpretation? شو كتبتوا بالهوم work؟
ثالث وحدة.
شو economical interpretation? What is hx? hx equal to 0. What is hx when given? هي fx minus gx. يعني fx minus gx equals 0. Any question still here?
No.
So
No.
fx, we take minus gx to the next side, it becomes gx. So fx is the demand equal to the supply. What's meant by demand equal supply? What we call this point?
Equilibrium.
Equilibrium of a what?
Of the market.
Yes. ونقول the market is at equilibrium for a price x 1.755 hundredths of Lebanese lira. So the market is at equilibrium, demand equal supply. Suzanne, is the cost equal revenue, what we call it?
Unit equilibrium.
Is a revenue equal cost? Ruby, what we call it? Is a cost equal revenue?
I don't know.
Break even.
نسميها break even. Very good مريان. مين قال مريان؟ فانا ولا مريان قال؟
أنا مريم.
مريم.
مريان. نسميها break even. يعني no
شو
gain
الريفينيوز؟
revenue والcost. Revenue, income. If the income
Okay.
equals, we call it break even. No gain, no loss.
No gain, no pain.
No pain, no gain, it's George.
No money, no honey. مش هيك؟ So, for a price of 175 Lebanese lira, the market is at equilibrium. Now, what's the rule for elasticity? Part 4, find the elasticity. What's the unit? What is the rule for elasticity?
أستاذ هيدا مش فاهم ولا شيء من
هي
هيدا.
elasticity.
إيه
أنا أستاذ 4 و 5
هيدا الرول.
ما بعرف كيف.
The elasticity, the rule of elasticity is minus x
بس بعرف الرول،
times
غير
derivative
هيك ما بعرف.
times derivative of the demand over the demand. لحد هون في شيء هيدا الرول؟
no.
minus x, I leave it minus x. الاف برايم ملاقيين قبل هيدا الاف برايم هون. شفنا هيدا الاف برايم؟ هيدا الاف برايم. We put f prime by its value. هيدا f prime x وهيدا fx minus
ما
x.
كنا عم نعملها بدي برايم ودي.
إذا if instead of x we have p, we put p حسب ال variable according to the variable. If the variable is x or the variable is p. هون أعطينا x. The variable is x not p. The price is x not p. Okay, سوزان؟
اوكي. يس.
هلا كيف بنلاقي هيدا
ده أستاذ دي برايم اوفر دي.
ايه دي برايم يعني derivative of demand. مين الديماند هو؟ لك وينه هون؟ شفت الديماند؟ هيدا هون. الديماند is fx. شفتيه هون؟ يعني demand هيدا هو
يس.
demand. هيدا derivative للديماند over demand.
اوكي فهمت.
So elasticity equal minus x or minus p derivative of the demand over the demand. هلا هون هيدا x minus 1 وهيدا x minus 1 square. بشيل واحد من هون بيروح السكوير من هون. واضح كيف هيدا راح السكوير من هون؟ هيدا 2 x minus 1 سكوير وهيدا x minus 1. بشيل واحد مع واحد. كيف برجع بلاقي الانسر؟ كيف بلاقي هيدا الانسر؟
بعمل مالتيبلاي.
كيف مالتيبلاي يعني؟ إذا عندنا
يعني
إذا عندي 2 over 3 over 4 over 5
بعمل 2 times 5 و 3 times 4.
بعمل 2 times 5 over
3 times 4.
3 times 4. Yes. هون the same. شو بعمل؟ مين times مين؟ يعني هون if I skip x minus 1 remains here at day 1. 1 بعمل له multiplication بهيدا اللي فوق. بصير 2 بصير minus 2x times minus 2x squared 2x cube minus 4x squared plus 6x over هيدا times هيدا. يعني أول شيء بعمل هيدا أول شيء بعمل هدول بضربهم ببعض بعدين بعمل هدول ببعض. هيدا times هيدا over هيدا ضرب هيدا. This is the elasticity. Any questions about the elasticity?
No.
بس اكس بالاول وين راحت؟
هيدا الاكس هون فوتته لهون لجوا ضربته بفوق. minus x times minus 2x squared بيعطي 2x cube.
اوكي.
minus x times 4x. Now calculate E of 1.7 part 5 the last part. E of 1.7 I replace x by 1.7 by using your calculators we get 1.345. How to know if the demand is elastic or no?
is equals to 1.
If EX greater
Yes.
than, if the elasticity greater than 1 شو بنقول؟ Elastic ولا not elastic?
Elastic,
Elastic.
إذا less than 1
not elastic.
Inelastic.
inelastic. What is the economical interpretation?
ما بعرف.
صار لازم نعمل كويز بهذا الشابتر رح تدرسوا النوتس. So
This درسين بس هي elastic وهدول مش فاهم.
E of
بس هلا
1
فهمت.
E of 1.7 زي ما قلتي قبل هو 1.345 هيدا greater than 1 مش 0 هيدا should be 1 هون هيدا 1 صلحها جورج من عندك حطها 1 هيدا امبارح كنت عم تشخط حطها اليوم 1 So the demand is elastic. Okay. مش هون ال1 هون economical interpretation على طول إذا كان elastic ولا not elastic بنقول نفس economical interpretation. If the price increases by 1% هيدا على طول السنتنس بنقوله. If the price increases by 1%, the demand will decrease by 1.345%. This is the economical interpretation. If the price increases by 1%, the demand will decreases by 1.345. نجبنا ال 1.345 هذا الفاليو اللي هون. That's it. Any
Okay,
question?
step.
حدا بده يسأل شي question؟
No.
No.
فهمنا الالاستيسيتي ولا بعد في شيء مش واضح عن الالاستيسيتي؟
فهمنا.
فهمتوا؟
أستاذ متى بدك تبعت الفيديو؟
الفيديو بده شيء لينزل هيك بده شيء 20 minutes بس رح ابعت هذا الورقة الPDF بعد شي دقيقتين.
Okay.
Please for homework prepare number 4.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Bye bye.
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 Have a nice day.
You too.
You too.
جورج حاج تلعب.